Welcome back, friends, to another tea time with myself, Amanda Prochaska. Today we're going to be talking about, and it might be a bad word for some people, AI. And what we're hearing companies are doing, what to watch out for, and how to approach AI implementations, and then creating change around AI. Let's dive right in. Cheers. All right, before we get started, I want to share what I am drinking today. It is not tea, I know. It's a cacao drink. I know it's chocolate. Chocolate is amazing, but it also has really good healthy properties in it. So if you, we'll link below what I drink on a daily basis. This chocolate is amazing. It is a coffee substitute. And does not have any caffeine in it. So the coffee cup today is your magic, and some people might think that AI is pretty magical, so I thought it was appropriate for today. And it is amazing to see how quickly things are changing and shifting. I know just watching my kids, they're using chat now to put together outlines for their written essays that they have to do at school. We also use it extensively at Wonder Services, and it's rapidly changing over time. I actually saw someone who was being translated into multiple different languages in real time, and their mouth moved with the words. It was unbelievable, and it did not look robotic at all. It is a new frontier for us all, and when new frontiers come around, you have people who are super into it and they're jazzed. You have the other end of the spectrum of people right now who are very nervous about it, think it's being oversold, etc. So let's talk a little bit about what companies are doing that I'm hearing about in the marketplace, and how we think at Wonder Services you should be approaching these implementations, what to watch out for also, and then creating change around AI. Of course, if you know me, I have to talk about change and how we do this appropriately. Okay, so number one, hearing about what companies are doing. So we're getting into conference season. I've been chatting with a lot of people. We've also noticed some publications like Kraft Heinz was just noted in consumer goods on their journey around their AI that they're building internally. A lot of companies are coming out with that right now too. So your CIOs might be coming to you asking for feedback, input, consultants in procurement to help out with this. Now, I was just in Denver earlier this week, and I was talking to one of the panelists, and she said they just came up with 267 different applications just in the procure to pay process alone where AI could be used. Okay, so now here's the thing that I want you guys to kind of maybe take away from this video. Maybe the number one reason and application of the learning here is that these companies that are doing the work in AI today are not buying AI. Now, there are several, almost every tech out there is selling their AI capability, and you might get some benefit from buying some AI applications along the way. But the people that are really changing the game right now are buying their own LLMs. They're taking, let's just say, Chat's LLM, or the Amazon version of that, or the Microsoft version of that. These LLMs are actually pretty widely available. You have different platforms. I mean, you also have Elon Musk's, I think it's called Grok. So you have all kinds of different options that are out there today. These options are fairly inexpensive. So that's the cool part about where tech is going. You can get these applications for relatively cheap. Now, here's why people are buying versus are making versus buying these products, is because you can take that LLM, put it behind your firewall so your data is protected, and then train it to your uniquenesses of your business. Okay. It is really a game changer. So one of my clients, he actually just came back to me, and we did a Coupa implementation for them a couple of years ago. And he was so excited. He bought the premium version of chat. He went to his IT organization and asked if he could play around with it. What he has done, he's loaded all of their training documents from Coupa into, or the ones that we made, but they're Coupa related. He loaded it into chat, and now someone can go in that's unique to their business and say, he actually used this example. If I need to change my delegation of authority, what steps do I need to go through? And boom, it gave him the results. And he didn't have to tell the LLM that answer, unlike machine learning and RPA and whatever we had in the past. He just simply uploaded those documents. They were read, interpreted, and now have the feedback. It is absolutely amazing. So that's what I'm hearing companies doing. What they are buying it themselves, building it uniquely for their applications. They are also playing with different applications across the board. Most of these folks are doing kind of spot solutions. So they're not looking to AI to replace their ERP. They're not looking to, not yet anyway, they're not looking for it to replace their source through pay backbone of technologies. What they are looking for is the gap fillers, right? Where we have manual processes today, where it's a painful process, where the core technologies that you have deployed today are not fitting the bill. Okay, so that's what companies are doing. I highly recommend, and we'll link it below, read up on the article around Kraft Heinz. Super interesting. And keep your ears open. Watch out for those articles of people who are actually doing the work. Okay, number 2, what to watch out for and the approach that you should be considering. First of all, I'm going to talk about buying AI in solutions today. So, as I mentioned, a lot of the technology providers are touting that they have AI. But here's a big watch out, okay? So you have an AI application, let's just say in your ERP. You're paying that ERP to use your information to create their AI models for them, which feels weird to me, right? So you are paying them to use your data so that they can charge you more for your own data. So I think there's a construct that's going to change here where companies are going to realize that their data is the new oil, okay? So if you are producing data and you are going to buy a solution that's saying that they have AI, you should have a conversation with them about the value of your data going into their models. And this is, again, why I strongly encourage, if you're going to go down the AI path, to buy your own LLM and build it yourself. It's not that hard. And then you get the value of your information back into your organization, and you don't have to worry about this weird construct that these other technology providers are trying to push forward. So that's a watch out number 1. Watch out number 2 is someone that's coming in and saying that they want to completely replace your tech stack today with AI. I would highly recommend that you don't do that. First of all, the tech is changing so much that you're almost too early to do a switch out like that, and there's going to be large advancements over the next year or 2 years where you might have a better opportunity to start looking at that. But I wouldn't do it now. Plus, you don't really need to start that way. And this is where we get into a little bit of the approach and what I'm seeing in the marketplace today, and what we recommend to our clients is to look for those spot solutions to deploy. So In fact, at Wonder Services, we actually have someone on our team who can create those spot solutions for you using an LLM model that is behind your firewall. Okay, so you don't even need to build these things yourself. You can hire someone like us to do it. But there's a super opportunity to get people used to using AI through doing these more targeted solutions. They're not overly expensive. They are quick moving. You could be a superstar by the end of the quarter. And I kid you not, that's how fast you can move on these things if you do it right. Okay. So you don't need 267 ideas. One of our clients came with 2, right? Here are 2 scenarios that I would love for you to fix because my buyers are spending too much time doing this manual work. Perfect. That's exactly the way that we want to go. Okay. So watch out for those tech providers who are touting AI. Maybe have a little conversation with them about the value of your data moving forward because they are making money off of it and there's value there. Okay. Number 3, creating change around AI. As I mentioned earlier, you have people that are super jazzed about it. I personally am super jazzed about it. I think it's going to create a lot of cool things to go on within our lives in and outside of work. However, I was just at a conference the other day, and the same one where we were talking about what the one company is doing with their spot solutions. And someone in the crowd asked this question, and she said, I think we need to talk more about the people that we want to become when AI is in our lives. And I was like, ooh, that's deep. That's super deep. And that I think is one of the number one fears of AI is that A, it's going to go too far. But B, it's a fear around us having the skill sets that we need to move forward, to make a living, to create impact and have purpose. So you hear a lot of people, especially, and I'll relate this back to my experience over the last 20 plus years, 23 years, is when you mention automation to someone that's doing a tactical job today. So a lot of the P2P solutions have touted, hey, we can automate the purchasing process so that your buyers can be more strategic. Well, do all buyers want to be strategic? Do some people like that tactical work? Do they have the skill sets to transition into that role? There's a lot to consider there. And so when it comes to change, when you mention AI, people are going to think about it just like they thought about it around automation. It's going to be like, hey, I want to keep my job. This AI stuff scares me. How much of my job is going to be replaced? How many new skill sets do I need to have moving forward? And so that all is part of what leaders like you are going to be dealing with, and you might be dealing with it yourself right now. So what we recommend at Wonder is what I'm hearing a lot of companies doing today, and what some of our customers have come to us. They're starting small, right? They're looking at point solutions where they can apply AI, get people used to it, understand the impact to people's roles and who you want those people to be, who you want to be individually, what skills you're going to need to have. And then you do another small implementation, and then you do another one. And I relate it to kind of like the change that we went through with ATMs, or even getting into someone else's car to drive you somewhere like an Uber. Those changes didn't happen overnight. Like an ATM, people were freaked out. Like, you're going to interact and exchange money with a machine. And that was a little bit before my time. But what happened was they slowly transitioned. It wasn't like we took away tellers and we're just doing ATMs. They slowly rolled it out over time as people got more comfortable with it, more of it happened. And now, I mean, I just talked to a teller the other day. I needed to go inside, but most of the time You don't even have to go to an ATM anymore. You're just transacting on your phones. Same with Uber. Like the whole concept of getting into a stranger's car or even Airbnb, spending the night in a stranger's home was foreign to us just maybe 15 years ago. So, but those companies really struggled at the beginning to get around this change. And so they did it slowly. And then all of a sudden it was just the way that we did business. This is going to be similar. Now, I think AI, unlike a lot of the tech adoptions in procurement of the past, I think AI is going to move faster. It's less expensive. It's easy to build. You're not looking at 12 to 18 month deployments for a source to pay solution or an ERP journey of 5 years. You're looking at a very easy to implement, low restrictions on how to enter into the market. You don't need a big business case around it. You just need to be smart about how you do it and watch out for the things that I've already mentioned in this video. So as you do that, slowly but surely, people are going to buy into it, understand how AI is going to impact their roles. And you can also be very conscious as you're making that change within your team to make sure that you're spending a lot of time and effort on skill development. And I'm not talking about training. It's really about hands-on workshopping, understanding, and giving them the opportunity to have real life experiences to develop those skills. So that I think will come, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like the snowball effect. You start really small and then it starts building momentum, and you will have the opportunity in the coming years to have a lot more AI deployed within your organizations. So it is magical. It truly is. That we all have the opportunity to live through this transition, this new era of tech is, to me, super exciting. But you do have to understand how to approach it, what to watch out for, how value of your data is shifting, and how you want to create the change around you. So if you want to learn more about AI, a lot of people ask us about how can I learn more? How can I get engaged? How can I learn from others? We actually have created an AI think tank that is called the Wonder Collective. And we have 8 different companies involved right now, but we would love more. So if you want to participate in our AI think tank, please hit on the link below, and we would love to see you there. The other thing that we are doing, if you have a need to have someone come in and help you identify those opportunities where AI could be present, or just help you build those solutions, come to us. We have those services now. We're having a blast doing it, and we're doing it the right way, right? So being very conscious of the changes, being very conscious of the people that are going to be interacting with these AI technologies. So if you want to learn more about our AI services, check out our website, wonderservices.net. Like and subscribe this video, by the way. We're going to be talking about this a lot more. And continue to be magical. Enjoy. Cheers, and have a great week.